When I was in college, I remember that I wanted to sit for an external examination, and then I prayed because I needed to pass both English and math in the same sitting of exam, in just one sitting. So I prayed fervently because then I already had my English. I already passed my English and I needed math. So I prayed fervently, I fasted that I wanted to pass my math because what I needed as at then was math, and I was meant to combine two results together in order to meet up my requirements then in college. So I prayed and I went for the exam and I passed. I passed very well. But guess what? I passed exactly according to my prayers, that I wanted to pass my math very well, and I did pass very well, but I didn't pass well in the English. I was like average. The cut off mark I got for the English was not, it wasn't fine. It was okay. It was just an ordinary pass. Okay, not like not like an A or a B. Okay, I don't think it was even up to credit C. I think it was just ordinary pass. So then the same thing had happened here too. There's something important that I needed. I prayed for that thing and I got it. Meanwhile, there are other important things that's way more important than that I prayed about. Now let me stop beating around the bush. What I'm trying to say is, let's say for instance you need children, or you need the fruit of the womb, and then you're praying for a child. Why praying for a child? Why not pray for the amount of children that you have? If it is 4 or 2 or 3 or 5 or 6 or 7, pray for those children. Why not also add into that prayers like I want them to be this, I want one to be lawyer, I want one to be a judge, I want one to be a doctor, I want one to be a nurse, I want them to be glorious, I want them to be wonderful, I want them to take care of me, I want them to love me so much, I want them to do everything good for me, I want them to be rich, I want them to, at the end of life, I want us all to be raptured. I want us all to make heaven. Do you know what I mean? Why, when you're praying, why do we limit God in our prayers? We limit God to like, you need one thing, and you are rest assured that if you pray for that one thing, you're going to get it. Why not pray for 10 things? Because that prayer, if you're sure that prayer is going to be answered, then why limiting your request? I used to say that faith is like an open check given unto you, that you should sign any amount you want on it. So if you sign $1,000, of course you get $1,000. But if you signed $1 billion, the same person who asks you to go ahead and sign how much you want, if you know the person will give you billion, why are you writing 1,000? Why are we limiting God? Because right now I have gotten what I wanted, what I prayed about, which was back then. I got it back then since 2018. And the major, the highest rank of that thing that I prayed about, I am yet to get it. Now I am blaming myself. Why haven't you just prayed, for the greatest thing, so that they will all come together? Instead of praying for a minor one, and then you're still now on the prayer for the greatest one. So what I'm saying in essence is, while in the place of prayer, unless you just have this conviction that your prayer cannot be answered, but if you know that you are in line with Mark 11:24, where it says that whatever ye ask in prayer, if you believe that you have received, then you have received it. I don't joke with that verse. I heard it right here in my head. So when I'm praying, especially if it's a prayer of request, I just go with boldness and I go with that faith that I've received it. Sometimes I may not have seen the manifestation coming, but I always have it. I always have my mind settled that I've received it. That is me. I don't know about you. But what I'm trying to say is, anytime you have an opportunity to kneel down and make a prayer of request, please stop limiting God. Go ahead and ask those big things. Because the Father you have, after all, he can grant you those big things. Like big things, those things that are too big for anyone to give you. They are too massive. Imagine you don't even have, imagine you are homeless and then you're asking for a mansion, not even a place to stay or squat. You are asking for a mansion. Whoever hears you praying such prayers will ask you if you're normal. And then you tell the person, no normal person is working with God. Oh. If you're a normal person, you can never have faith. And without faith, you can't even please God. In fact, when you don't have enough faith, you may not get enough stuff from God. It's that bad. So faith is really required as Christians. We need that faith. Because after all, you're praying to God that you can't even see physically. What are we talking about? What makes you think he will answer you? In fact, what makes you think he's even seeing you or hearing you? But is it not because of faith you can even acknowledge that God exists? What are we saying here? Stop limiting God. And I'm not talking to just you. I'm talking to myself. Let's stop limiting God. Once you have the opportunity to open your mouth, and ask something, because ask for something massive. Take me to the place that is higher than me, the place where eagles fly. Take me to the place that is higher than me. Only God can take us to a place that is higher than us. Ask something big. Ask something big. I'm telling us. I'm talking to us. Let's ask something big. Let's stop limiting that Father. He is too massive. He can do anything. Whatever you feel is impossible, that is where He is. Once you sight an impossibility somewhere, check well. God is there, because you can't even see Him where things are so cheaply. God is not cheap. Siri, post our God is not cheap. You can't see God where things are just going fra. No. God is there where every hope is gone, where nothing can work. There you can find Him. I don't know if you get a message. If you don't get it, leave it. You can never get it.
We are the glorious generation, family. Please join us today, and we bless you.